Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. When today's Hollywood studios, which are nothing more than entertainment corporations, spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a movie or show, the last thing that they want to hear is criticism, especially from longtime fans when those movies and shows are based on works of fiction that fans have known and loved for a very long time. And when fans aren't happy with something that a corporate studio has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to produce, today, those same studios' first reaction is to attack those fans by using media outlets to throw shade on anyone who dares to express any negative opinions against what they have produced. Generally speaking, a corporation's primary interest is to make money, and several well-known proven strategies to achieve that are to ensure that its products are high quality, the price is reasonable, the product satisfies consumers' wants and needs, and that the corporation has a good reputation. But if a corporation's products are shoddily made, they're overpriced, consumers aren't actually interested in them, or the corporation's reputation is damaged, that corporation is either going to go bust or it will need to make necessary changes to turn things around to increase sales. But is this what corporate Hollywood studios do? When Hollywood's consumers express their distaste, their lack of interest, and their criticisms about something that one of these corporate entertainment giants has produced, these corporations will do anything to stop what they perceive as a threat to their bottom line, their profitability. Consequently, everything that fans have ever cared about, such as Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, or anything else that has become just another piece of exploitable corporate-owned intellectual property, and the fans aren't happy with the direction that the corporate owners have decided to take those IPs, the corporations lash out and start calling the fans every negative name in the book that they can think of. In other words, they resort to ad hominem attacks, and as examples, both Disney and Amazon have engaged in this kind of activity regularly. But when these same fans are happy with something that came from one of these corporate giants, do they then attack these same fans? Oh, hell no. When fans actually do like something that an entertainment corporation has produced, such as Top Gun Maverick, Dune, or Spider-Man No Way Home, then the corporate execs sit back and enjoy all the money that fans are willingly spending and going directly into corporate bank accounts and making stockholders happy. But if those same fans aren't spending their money because they don't like what one of these corporate giants has produced, suddenly that corporation will accuse these exact same fans of negative review bombing and being just a bunch of ists. This was the strategy used by Lucasfilm and Disney when fans weren't happy with their Star Wars sequel trilogy films and with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yet they were perfectly willing to hypocritically minimize John Boyega and his character Finn in movie posters and eventually in the movies themselves to appease China. Why? Because they wanted Chinese money, and Chinese audiences apparently don't like to see people of color. Columbia Pictures attacked fans who were critical of their 2016 version of Ghostbusters when it wasn't doing well, and now it's what Amazon is doing with anyone who dares to say one word against their bastardized Lord of the Rings of Power series. Again, corporations only care about money for themselves and their stockholders, but they also don't want to take responsibility for their own mistakes. When these corporations hire phony or inexperienced creatives who either don't know what they're doing or who are more interested in using these productions to inject personal political views or both, and the so-called creatives end up ruining the IPs that these corporations own, what do these entertainment corporations do? They turn around and defend the so-called creatives and the garbage that they produced, while simultaneously attacking the fans who are, in reality, the consumers of their products. In reference to what I talked about earlier in the video, profitable businesses and corporations are those that make products of reasonable quality that consumers actually want to buy because they're interested in those products. Unfortunately, the notions of quality and the consumer is always right are long forgotten concepts to today's corporate Hollywood elites who'd rather do anything and everything possible to silence the consumers who dare to criticize them, especially the longtime fans of well-known fictional franchises because they are part of Hollywood's consumer base. This includes corporate Hollywood elites ruining the reputations of websites such as IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, who have long enabled consumers to freely voice their opinions about what Hollywood produces by having those websites instead censor negative comments, reviews, and ratings to achieve short-term monetary gains because the corporate Hollywood elites have no regard whatsoever if any long-term damages result. In fact, I'm sure that the corporate Hollywood elites would be perfectly happy if websites such as IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes didn't exist in the first place because it would further remove consumers' ability to collectively express their views. When it comes to any ethical considerations regarding attacks on fans or ruining the reputations of websites where anyone can rate and review Hollywood productions, corporate Hollywood elites have made it quite clear that their ability to make money far outweighs any such concerns. That's today's food for thought. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.